Hello, Tatter Tammy here. I am coming on with Snip and hashtag Snip and Pluck part 4. Try to keep up with this. And it will be the end. This was the journal that I made for myself. And all the things that I love and are close to my heart are in this journal. But guys, I have decided to let it go, and it has been claimed already. And I'm a little emotional. If you guys could see the message that I got from the person who is getting this journal, it just heart swells, and you always want what you create to go to the right person, the person who loves it and understands it in art. That is just the most amazing thing when the right heart connects with the right piece, right? So that makes it easier to let things go when you know that. But I wanted to still record for my own personal record, and so you guys could see what I did and tell you a little bit about it. This cover that I used was from a 1930s or 40s Braille book, and the title of the book is called The Green Light, and the other part of the title is inside as a pocket in this journal. It's like a little leather piece, and some of that is here too, like from the spine. It was really worn, but I love that, and I secured it as best that I could, and I just wanted it to look old and well used, and like something that's just been around for. That was on the book, on the title, on the spine. So this is the spine. I used I think this is like a stabilizing cloth that you use for drapes at the top of the drapes. You know how they're pleated, and they use that stabilizer inside. I wanted it to flip open, so I ended up cutting the spine away from the front and back cover, and then it's just held on with tied with this seam binding. It's black, old vintage seam binding. Matter of fact, here is the package that the seam binding. Is that amazing? Yeah. So, okay, then I fussy cut this flower out, and then the old herbarium journals, herbariums have like handwritten, so that I did that. But I wanted it to be seen, so, and I used some black cloth tape, and I hand stitched along the front edge and back edge, just really trying to solidify it, because you can see that it was in pretty bad shape. I mean, it's old, guys. So on the inside, I put a botanical page. I sewed this vinyl wall covering to file folders for each of the signature covers. And I love that it had the grid and the lines on the inside of the file folders. And this is from a antique. I mean, this is really old. An antique Chinese calendar. Very thin tissue paper that calendar is made out of. In every signature, I put a book page. I went through magazines and books, and I chose a nature scene that I would love to be in. Like I could see myself walking through here or just spending time here. And it says to imagine. And this is a green wax bag that I got from Pamela at Pamela's Finds and Design, and I cut it down, and so I'm going to send the rest of that along with the journal. I love mushrooms. So pretty. There's a pocket with a file folder tag. And that flips out. And then these rust dyed papers are from Tahira at Pure Word Creations. Oh, those are wonderful. Lots of botanical pages. You can write on those. It's like a leaf, just a note. That's like a belly band. It's botanicals. I put in here some book pages, like the flyleaf pages from books. I just love the color. You know, I love fall colors. It's a beautiful single rose. This was a cover of a book. You know how a book will have a book jacket, and some of them have that plasticky stuff, and then this type of paper will be on the inside, and I pull that out. Just brown paper. This is a print from Tahira. I forget what she calls this. The name of it slips my mind. The kind of printing she did on this. Intaglio? I don't know. But it's like a leaf and just interesting. Oh my, ow. Oh, she is beautiful, isn't she? More botanical pages. Some ledger that I coffee dyed. It's a little ratty tatty, and I love it. Plenty of papers and to write on or add to. You won't be able to add too much to this because it's a big one. She a big girl, and she is full already. But you can still add some like really flat pressed flowers in here and write more of Tahira's papers. Oh, that sounds so good. And I love the black paper. It's almost like feels like the old construction paper. But I think it was from a vintage photo album because you could almost faintly see where they had taped the pictures in. More mushrooms. Another garden I would love to just sit there and enjoy the sound of the water. Love this brick wall. I took some pages. I was kind of experimenting. This was a plant book, I think, about house plants. And I wanted to see how it would, if I printed flower print on there, how it would turn out. This is from the other book that I made. This is one of the book pages from it. I just loved it, and it was a little bit more worse for wear. I had to repair it in a couple of places. An iris I glued down. I hope these this is a rose that was pressed. Some rust dyed paper, index pages. I think that was from Tahira because she uses the flowers petals too, I think. This is some a type of tissue paper, but it was like had Chinese writing on one side. Ledger paper. Some really old antique. More of the ledger. Love that. Colt's foot. Just so neat, the markings. Oh, that you could feel that too. A stamp. This was a leaf from a faux flower arrangement that I have, but the leaves look so realistic to me. And this was one of the leaves that I pressed from a bouquet that I got. Love that. With the basket. One of my daughter's line drawings. There's some extra plain papers to write on. That book page. That I love that gate. The brick. Love it. This was ledger I made into like I was going to make it into an envelope, but I decided to leave it open. And the recipient can do what she wishes with that. And this is from that, the Braille book. This paper is so old. And I just glued down some leaves. And those came from the Amazon pack that I ordered. And this is glued to this file folder. Another of my daughter's line drawings. This says to remember. Another one of those Chinese calendar pages. And a pressed flower. Look at that bridge. A wooden bridge. Guess you could put something in there. Then you could flip this back. More of Tahira's prints. This I got from Pamela at Pamela's Finds and Designs, and I added a word card. This was the cover to a nature notebook. This was in a book about moths and butterflies. And it's a tuck, actually. You can tuck something in there. One of the white roses that I pressed. Oh, those come out so beautiful. And page from the Moth book. This was one of the sunflowers from a bouquet that I had that I pressed. I was so surprised and delighted that that came out. I was afraid it wouldn't dry or get moldy or something, but it did well. Wax bag. Look at that. So pretty. Leaf. Pressed. More of Tahira's paper. This was from Tahira too. She, and then a card. It's blank inside. I kind of tore off the top because, you know, I didn't need the words. So pretty. This is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see that. It's like at night, you know, with the pond, with lily pads and candles, Braille paper. This was from a bouquet that I pressed. It was difficult to get that one to stay down, but it did eventually. Just a plate. See if I could get it back in there. And this was holding some oriental papers together. Rather than a stapler, it had this. And I wanted to use it. More pressed flour, dried flowers. Baby's breaths. And flower petal and a leaf on top of that Chinese paper. Or I don't know if it's Chinese. More of Tahira's paper. And when I was trying to get a idea of how I wanted to do the cover, I had printed this out, but it was too big. But I still wanted to use it. It says herbarium, but it's very faint. Those steps. So beautiful with the fog. This is a old envelope, and you can put something in here. And I put one of the spacers to those word cards, and 2 leaves and a stamp. And there's the other side of that paper. And I tried like scanning and printing one of the sunflowers because I was afraid they wouldn't turn out. So, you can put thing in there. Some of my more of the coffee dyed ledger. That one is really grungy. House plants. Tissue paper. This is an old envelope and a card. I always say I'm not good at making ephemera, guys. I be trying, but there's that. And then I did some fabric flowers with a brad. And then you get another line drawing of my daughters. And this is the pocket that I made from the rest of the spine to the original book, the Braille book. This is just a page from a magazine. Cut that. And then here is your writing board, an owl. And I grunged that up too. And there is the end page. And I showed you the back. So there is the journal. And oh my goodness, how big is she? How big is she? Let's see, guys. Her is 11 by 9, and I believe the spine is 2 inches. 2 1/4. So there you go. And I know that this will bring joy to the person who is receiving it. And I had collected some things that I love using. And so to start, I got the decrepit paper, the black fabric tape, just some things that you could use on future projects. Is like a, stretch yourself a little bit. Some hardware that came from vintage and antique furniture, and I added brads to use. This is like a backer to a knob. You can put brads on either end and in the middle. Here's another one. This brass was painted black. Uh-oh, I lost a brad. This is a plate that went on a cupboard back in the day. I shared one of those. Here's another knob plate. I had a couple of these keys. I had a variety of sizes of bells. I had some knobs, wooden, that could go on a tassel. If you add a bell, these are, it says crown. I don't know if you can see that on the back of the domino. These are very old. A wooden button. And here's another old button that I added. It's leather. Various beads and jewelry. This is like crochet covered bead, and I just made like a little thing you could use in a dangle out of that. And a lot of very different ethnic type beads, and very pretty. Like this is a peacock, and different pieces of jewelry. This is a whole strand. I just love the colors on that. A sun. That's a button. I think that's plastic though. And so you will get all of those. And then here is the pocket press that goes with this journal, and the snippers and the pencils. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way. And oh my goodness, the stuff you get. All the grungy papers. Some of them I grunged up myself, and others are naturally grungy. So I'm just gonna go through it, guys. So here's the tag. Here, now some of these, this is in the book, but I just wanted to add another one. It's extra. You have an envelope from the Pennsylvania Railroad. I don't think it's open. This is a pay stub from the railroad. 1969, March 25th. This is a bag that was used in a woodworker's business. It has his business information on there. I got that from an estate sale. I like taking file folders and stuff like that apart and using that as pockets in the journal. Some stationery. Some record dividers. Small records and for larger records. These papers were dyed for me by Tahira at Pure Word Creations. They are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. More of the ledger paper that I coffee dyed. My coffee dyed paper. Looks like I used like all the different things to make different prints. This too. This is black. The coffee turned black. I coffee dyed some map index pages. This is from a botanical book that they got coffee dyed too. These I painted whitewashed some dictionary pages. So you get a few of those. And then you're getting some of my ledger. So you get 2 pieces. Just a little bit of writing on one of those. This was in one of the ledger books that I had purchased. I just think that's just beautiful. This was another ledger book that I got, and it has like the where you can put the carbon copy in between there. We got more ledger, more ledger. More ledger. Portfolio. This, I believe, is some that I purchased from Angela, the traveling crafter. at one of her live sales on Tuesday. I've been hoarding that. So I think that's the first piece that I let go of that one. I haven't even used any in my journals that I use. More ledger. And I love the yellow ledgers. Get a few pieces of that. This is slightly different. And then this one is very old. That little tiny neat writing. So then that's free to print on or use or collage on. There's a little bit of writing on that one. And this is from the ledger that I got at that last estate sale I think I went to. So you get a few of those. This is rust dyed paper that I did with my grandson, Mr. Royce. You get a piece of that. And then, turn this around. Some small plates. An owl. A pattern, crochet, like a, not crochet, but needle point. Flower book. Houseplant book page. Now these are antique. These are, just trying to be careful with them because you'll have to put them on something, I'm sure, to make sure that they are okay. Crocus and poinsettias. And on the back is Lily of the Valley and Sonaria. It's pretty. A plant book. These are older plates. There's a few more of those in there. This is from the book. I used the cover in the journal. Lots of floral book pages. This came from it was like an address book, calendar. And it has the pocket. A lot of, I did, because of the style difference, then I didn't use a lot of the same types of papers in this journal that I did in the others, like the Book House and others. Of course, because this one is all the grungy goodness. More puffball mushrooms. That's neat. I love the way these pages feel in some of these books. These were plates that I had acquired some time ago, but I could never figure out where I could use them, and I had thought about putting them in this book. I don't know why I didn't, but they are off. Look at that. I just love the unusual. It's not unusual to be loved. Anyway, so yes, you got all the unusual things. Very cool. I just love this. It's a book page about nature, and it's a leaf in water. You know, it gives you that feeling of almost winter, serene. And then I love these kind of pictures. And the illustrations from this book are just gorgeous. I wanted to add that little bird is just beautiful, the coloring in it. Those are my colors. And then this is from the Edith Holden, November. Gave you another moth page. And they could be fussy cut and put wherever. Beautiful. And I have two of these, so one for me, one for you. The puffins. And these are very old plates from a book. And then I had these. You can fold them and have something peek through, make a pocket. You have a page from a Braille book. And then these pages are from that older Braille book. And these pages are delicate. I wanted to include some of those. And then there's a couple of things that I had gotten, and I've been holding on and hoarding these too. And these maps. So you will get, let me see. Oh, they're so old, guys. It's like that waxed paper. It is the railway. It's like a map of where the railway would have went. It says 8th Division Railway Mail Service. I'm trying to see if it has a date. (1906). Okay. So there's that. I just thought whoever would love this book would love stuff like that. With that kind of history. And then, whoops. And then there's this one. If I could open them without tearing them. So this is a pilot chart. It says of the Indian Ocean. And this says it was printed on October 16th of 1930. And I love the colors. Like there's yellow. I don't want to handle it too much. Because I want the person who's getting it to be able to use it however they want to. Love that number up there. buying charts. I'm not even going to try to fold it back like it was. And you will also get one of these Home Sweet Home wood carving books. So, all right, guys. So that is all. And, oh my goodness. Hopefully, I can get all of this sent off to the new owner within the next couple of days. And I hope you enjoyed watching that, guys. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.